Go to butcherbox.com/weighing in and you will get 2 pounds of ground meat for life with your membership and $10 off on your first box.
He's mad at your opinion for some reason. I mean, it must be to do with the fact that you made the rules, and so he's mad that the rules go
No, I
against
didn't
him.
ask him.
Yeah.
And so he came out and basically he called you a big stupid John McCarthy. Doesn't know the rules. He doesn't know how you
I'm
were
so crushed.
how you're the gold standard. And then I noticed that you responded to him on Twitter. You let him know that he performed well, but that
Did I not say that during the podcast?
that round one couldn't be scored from. And then Josh made some good points as well on weighing and rejection, which you guys can watch by clicking the link below in the description. Where Dana also did say that Aljo didn't win the fight, and he had no beef with that. So lot going on. John, where do you stand now with this? Josh, what thoughts do you have? And then we'll have a discussion there, and then we'll wrap this thing up.
Well, I wasn't even going to talk about it because this is. I'm being honest when I say this. Aljo cannot like me. I don't care. You can like me, okay. If you're thinking that I have anything against him, I don't. I think he's a great fighter. I really do.
Yeah.
I think that the dude is talented, and he's fun to watch. And if he gets on your back, he's a sumbitch. I'll be honest. I went back and watched the first round, and I will say this. I say it all the time. Don't sit there and talk to your friends and watch a fight and think that you judged it correctly. Because I was talking to my friends, and when I went back and watched it as a judge, it's razor close. It can go either way, and I can understand where someone looks at Aljamain and gives him the round, and I can look at where you can say that, yes, Jan won the round. It really comes down to what you give credit for, and this is the difference. In it, Aljamain basically lands mostly kicks, good kicks. He lands some good kicks in it. And he, a lot of movement, but it's not movement. It's purposeful movement. Jan is trying to chase him down, and Sterling has more output. Here's the difference that I see, and why someone could go with Jan compared to Sterling is every time you see Jan actually hit Sterling, he goes backwards. He boom, you can see him move. And every time that Sterling hits Jan, he's still coming forward. He doesn't back off, doesn't have any effect on him really. And that's really what you're looking for is power. But I can absolutely see why Sal D'Amato, and I don't know who the other one was, went with Aljo. Chris Lee went with Jan. I don't know the name of the other judge. But it was razor close. And so my comment of there's no way you can tell me would be wrong. And I'm going to take a note from this. I'm not going to watch the fights with friends anymore because I need to watch it. If I'm going to actually say who I thought won the fight and be honest with it, I can't do that. So I learned a lesson from that. And I'll admit, my statement is wrong. It could have gone either way. It's very close. And like 50%, I think about, people think that Sterling won that round, and maybe we'll say 50% think that Jan, because it is that damn close. And like I said, my whole thing with this, I thought Sterling, even with that round, when I looked at the one way, I thought he won the fight. I thought he fought better. I thought he fought a better fight than Jan. And if you took the fight as a whole, I thought Sterling won. I thought Jan was coming on in the end, and Sterling was starting to fade. But the difference between what he did in that fight, but in the first round of that fight compared to the first round of their first fight, just showed a maturity in him, looking at the fight, understanding where he made mistakes, making adjustments, and those adjustments got him the win. So hats off to him. Great win.
I can answer why when he says, I don't understand why people think why is Big John McCarthy the gold standard. Well, the reason why I'm going to say this is because when someone helps write the rules, and not just the rules, but the scoring criteria for this sport and the years of doing it to help it evolve as it's gone on. That's why Aljo, it's not like, that's why he's considered the gold standard in this area. I've sat with you too many times, countless times, where every event, the refs all walk up to you and say, hey, did I score this right? Or did I do this? Or what did you think? Where did I go? The judges will come up and say, hey, what would you have given this much credit for this? That's why. So there's always adjustments being made, you guys, on how to score certain stuff. And John is one of the guys that's helping to kind of lead the way and help these other judges and refs understand what they're seeing, in terms of the damage versus just the jab landing versus the straight right landing, which ones have more power. And like you said, look, I could give two shits who won the fight. I thought Jan won the fight. I base it off of the first round. Okay. But you could have also very well said that Aljo got a 10-8 round when he had the back the whole time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? There was never really a severe threat of submission there, but he had the back the whole round. So I could see that as well. But for someone like him, someone like a top level fighter, he's the champ. And no one can take it away from you. No matter what I say, no matter what John says, no matter what anybody else says, I don't give a crap who says it. Dude, you're the champ. So I just simply said, look, the round, and I agree with John, the round was so close that I gave it to Jan. But I'm not mad. And I even said that when we did the original show. I'm not mad who won. No, I said it when the fights are this close, I'm not mad who won. I thought AJ beat Patricio. But the rounds were so close, I can't be mad at it, and I have no skin in the game. I'm there to call the fight because I work for Bellator, and I'm there to give my analysis on it and what I think, and and how I think the fight went, and this and that. And I'm doing the same thing here on this podcast. Aljo's a talented fighter. I thought he fought way better this fight. He's a very talented young man. I'm very happy for him. I think he, it's kind of nice. I actually kind of like the fact that he was able to silence some critics over the fact that a lot of people, including myself, like I saw a little bit of it going on tonight, with some of the elbows, a little bit of acting, in that first fight, whatever. But guess what? You shut me up. You proved me wrong. In this fight, you came out and you fought an outstanding fight. Because I still gave it to Jan, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything that I took from the first fight. I literally thought that Jan won the first round, but I also just said I could have given you a 10-8 round. I think it was for the second round you had the back the whole time. So regardless, you're the champ. My man, I tip my hat to you. Congratulate you. All of those things. I hope to see you guys do it again. The trilogy fights are the best. Go to butcherbox.com/weighing in and get 2 pounds of ground beef free for life and $10 off your first box.
100% agree.